Hey guys, so I'm back with a tag video because tags are really quick to film and I have zero free time at the moment. This is the Your Life in Books tag. It was originally created by Danny on Books and I was tagged by Kimberly's Book Nook a long time ago. Sorry it took so long. Both have absolutely wonderful channels, so I'll leave both their links just down below. The tag consists of 8 questions where you match up books with specific moments in your life. So it's a fun tag, but it's also a little bit more personal and individual. I've loved watching other people do this tag because it lets you know a little bit more about them, so I'm gonna jump right in. Question number 1 is find a book for each of your initials, and because this tag is meant to be about me and my life, I've picked some books which mean a lot to me for this question. Obviously my first name is Amy and that starts with an A, so I've picked Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I've accidentally developed a small collection of this book because I keep finding beautiful editions which I can't say no to. I love this story more than I can say. My middle name is Catherine with a C, so I picked The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This book I think is either a love it or a loathe it, and I definitely fall on the love it side of things. I benefit a lot from watching John Green's Crash Course videos about Catcher in the Rye, so if you've read the book and you weren't quite sure what you felt about it, I definitely recommend checking those videos out to give you a different perspective. And my last name starts with an L, so I have picked Looking for Alibrandi by Melina Marchetta. It's definitely not my favourite book by Melina, but it's probably her best known, and whenever I read it I feel really nostalgic for the first time in high school that I read it and I watched the movie. Question number 2 is to count your age along your bookshelf and then talk about the book that you land on. I actually have 2 bookshelves, so I wasn't sure which one to choose, so I counted along both of them and then picked the one I want to talk about more. Cheating, I know, but on my smaller bookshelf the 21st book is Maurice Glatzman's Boy Overboard. When this first came out, my class actually went to a reading by him so I could get this book signed. G'day Amy. Thanks Maurice. I just think he's wonderful. Boy Overboard is about a family from Afghanistan who travel to Australia to escape persecution, and when I read it as a child it just fostered a wonderful sense of empathy for all asylum seekers. If you've heard in the Australian news recently, you'll know that asylum seekers are apparently a very contentious issue, even though they definitely shouldn't be. And I just want to sit down every xenophobic, stop the boats arsehole and get them to read this book because Maurice Glatzman weaves magic. Question number 3 is to pick a book set in your city, state or country. I didn't think I was going to have one of these because I live in a relatively small city, but thanks to my last month's book haul, I totally do. This is Southern Steel and is a romance novel set in my city in 1953. My city is fairly industrial and used to have huge steelworks, thus the name. I just think it's a really cute piece of local history, and I love that on the first page it name drops like 10 different suburbs in my city, so there's no confusing where this one is set. Question number 4 is to pick a book that represents a destination that you would love to travel to, and there were no questions about this. I picked the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling because London, 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 that's all that I want. I'm pretty obsessed with London and everything about it, and I'm actually hoping to travel over to the UK in a couple of years to work for a little while, so this is pretty much perfect. Also, I kind of just wanted to show off my new edition of Prisoner of Azkaban. I kind of hated these covers when they first came out, but I think they're really graphic and striking and I like them. Question number 5 is to pick a book that's your favourite colour. My favourite colour is purple, but I don't actually have that many purple books, so I found Across the Universe by Beth Revis. I picked this up at work for really cheap, mainly because, I'll be honest, I liked the cover, especially the back. I just think it's gorgeous. But I discovered BookTube and apparently everyone was just crazy about this book. I have started this book, I think I read about 40 pages of it and then I wasn't totally drawn into the story. I'll definitely finish it eventually, but I'm not in a huge rush. Question number 6 is which book do you have the fondest memories of? And I definitely could not pick just one, so I'm picking the entire back catalogue of Enid Blyton. We read these books as a family probably dozens of times when I was growing up, and they're just so magical and whimsical and I love them. Question number 7 is which book did you have the hardest time finishing? And yeah, it's Wuthering Heights. I gave up on this one again. I just don't think me and this book get along. Question number 8, the last question, is which book in your TBR pile will give you the biggest sense of accomplishment once you finish reading it? And I have no doubt about this one. Ugh. It's Les Mis by Victor Hugo. I bought this book last year knowing full well that I would not be finishing it anytime soon, but I know that when I do finally finish it, and I plan to, I'll have a huge sense of accomplishment for getting through this many pages, just because me and long books usually don't mix. So that is the tag. Thank you so much to Kim for tagging me. I'm going to tag Little Spider 9, Lost Book Thoughts, and The Fault in My Books. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.